So this is one of the videos that does not have music in it. Yeah, I know, I just kind of wanted to talk about a few things today. Kind of like an update and my thoughts on a few things. So right now I'm in the midst of holidays. I go back to uni in 2 weeks. And that should be fun. I've got a few assignments I need to finish, but it's alright. Mainly what I wanted to do this video on was on celebrities, and I've written about this on my Tumblr before, which I'll leave a link to in the doobly-doo. But thoughts on celebrities are very varied, and I kind of want to break it up into 2 parts. I want to talk about mainstream celebrities and YouTube celebrities. So first, let's go with mainstream celebrities. You see them on the front of magazines, you see them in the news, you see them on TV, you see them everywhere. On the internet, like, I feel our society's become saturated in this idea of being famous and wanting to be famous. And it's a very confusing circular argument, because in reality, we put them on that pedestal. The population decides who we decide is famous. I mean, if nobody watched any movie Johnny Depp was in, would Johnny Depp be famous? Probably not. But because we enjoy his movies, we've put him up on that pedestal. But then people want to become famous, but they need people behind them, and it's just a never-ending cycle. And one thing about that is, it's weird that we put people up on this pedestal, and then we want to know so much about them. Like, but can't we just be satisfied with watching and enjoying what they do and being fans, and not trying to probe into every single little aspect of their life? Like, I think they deserve everybody deserves privacy. But why do we want to know so much about celebrities? I think it's a way of escaping your own life. You want to know so much about somebody else's life, you become interested in their kids. It's almost like a TV show. I don't know anything about the Kardashians, so I'm not going to make a comment here. But it is. It's like a TV show. You want to know what happened in life, who they're going to marry, that sort of thing. And it's very, very dangerous. We forget that they're people. We forget that they were once like you and me, that they were born, that they had a mum and dad, and that they're just like us. And I think it can become very, very dangerous, both for us and them. See, I'm even doing it, us and them, to stop thinking that they're people, just to think that they're on a pedestal because they're somehow better than us. They might be very good at what they do, but that doesn't make them better at being a human. That just means they're brilliant actors, they're brilliant musicians, they're brilliant... Insert something here. But it doesn't make them better than you. And the dangerous thing is if we keep on pushing to know more, to be more, what will we create? Both in us and in celebrities. Secondly, I want to talk about YouTube celebrities, and different to mainstream celebrities. And the reason because is that, on the whole, usually, YouTubers have more interaction with their audience than mainstream celebrities. Like, in comments, on Tumblr, on other social media sites. And the mentality is still there on the lower level, but I feel it's less expressed in the us and them. I feel it's more expressed in the community as a whole. And you see this very clearly in the Nerdfighters. Like, yes, I get excited when either Hank or John comments on something I did, or advertise who I am, but it's less of an reaction I think I would get if, say, I got a picture with one of those celebrities, or I managed to talk to one of those mainstream celebrities, Like, I think that's a good thing, that YouTube is more of a community, that there are these people that we think are celebrities, but we don't necessarily think that they're better than us. I mean, what I'm doing right now, talking to a camera and talking to people, is basically the same what John or Hank does, or Z Frank does, or any other, or Alex Day, or Charlie, or any other number of YouTubers. They're sitting in a room, they're talking to a camera, on their own usually, and then there's a community created about them. It's not like mainstream celebrities where there's not, where it's harder for us to get into their world. To get into the world of YouTube celebrities, all you need to do is turn on your camera. And you're not going to become an instant celebrity, but you've already gotten into that part of the community. And that's one of the reasons why I think that it's important to separate them, but also to see that it can be dangerous in mainstream and in YouTube. It can be dangerous to think a person is more than a person. It is more than a human being like you and me, that when we put them up on pedestals, are we really surprised when they fall? When we've put them up there and put all their pressure on them? They're just people. And I think it's important to remember that. Hope you have a good week. DFTBA.